Hi friends, welcome to Law Chat 101. This is Girija Patel, your legal BFF. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about quick ways to do a name search, name clearance search for your business, just to make sure you're not infringing on somebody else's rights and taking away their name, but also where you're not paying hundreds or even thousands of dollars to a lawyer. So we can get this done at home quickly before you turn to a lawyer for any type of trademark. So here we go. Number one, Google. Google's your best friend. Google will help you figure it out. Google will also find searches not just in your region, not just in your state or city, but also nationally and also globally. So use Google. It is your best friend. I recently had somebody who came in and called me, and it was just, initial client meeting, and they were talking to me about their company's name, and they were like, oh, we paid a certain online legal type of a company, and they paid $600 to find out whether their name could be trademarked or even if they could use that name for their business. And that $600 could have been saved with just a Google search, because I literally got on Google as we were talking, and I told them that you could have saved that $600 because on Google, in and of itself, it tells you that somebody else is using that name in the same capacity as you are wanting to use it. So again, Google is your best friend. Search it not only with the name that you're trying to use it for, but also the industry that you're using it for, the capacity, or for the purposes of the services or the products that you're providing. Search it with all of those search words so that you can see if anybody else is using that particular name or a form of that name that could be similar to what you're trying to use, and it could cause confusion. So go search it on Google. Google is your best friend. Now, after Google, another spot you can go is number 2, your Secretary of State's office. So if you're in the United States, or if you are global somewhere and there is a place, a data bank that people register their businesses with, go and check that data bank out, especially if it's in your state. Go check it out. It doesn't mean that those names are trademarked, but what it does mean is that those names are taken. And so while that's not an official trademark application in the United States, when you are registering your company with the Secretary of State, what it does do is that, it's by default, there's some common law trademark out there. And so they have staked a claim on that name. And then also, again, look at the industry, look at the purposes that they're using the name for, and the goods and services that they're selling with that name. Number 3, another great spot to stop and look is social media. Honestly, Instagram, Facebook, websites, even Etsy and Pinterest, all of these spots are great spots. Now, social media law is still growing, is still expanding, and is slowly there. And so not all the time, just because you own a trademark doesn't mean that you can't open up a social media account with that particular name that is owned by somebody else. However, if somebody already has it and they are selling their business stuff or their products through that name, don't do it. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough trying to defend it if it's in the same industry, in the same product line, or the same service line that you're trying to serve. Just don't do it. Avoid it. Go for something else. Go for something that would be better to protect from your end and easy to also trademark later on in the future with the USPTO, which leads me to the next spot to check out is the USPTO, the United States Patent and Trade Office. Go to their data bank. It's free. And check out the names that you are trying to use or a combination of that, and see if anybody else has it in the same industry and in the same product line or the goods that you're trying to serve, or in the classifications as they call it, and to make sure that you can use it. Because at the end of the day, the worst thing is starting a business name, creating all this merchandise, and then having someone tell you 6 months into it that, hey, this is mine, here's my trademark filing number, you need to take this down. And you have now spent thousands of dollars on merch, thousands of dollars on website design and branding. You can't do that. It's not worth it. It's not viable. And so the best way to start doing it is just a very basic search on your end. And it starts with Google. It goes to also your Secretary of State's offices. Then it goes to also social media, USPTO. And then, you can also just kind of look into other states that you are wanting to work in and see if those states have that name, that if somebody's using that name in that particular state or not, or region, and that way you can really easily see if that name is taken. Quick ways to avoid spending thousands and hundreds of dollars. Now, of course, this is not necessarily the most exhaustive way, and if you're trying to do a trademark, an official trademark with the USPTO, then you must definitely do a full trademark clearance to make sure that you can do it. But this is a great place to start. This is a great place to just get your needle moving if you're starting a business, and where you are not pausing because you don't know if somebody has the name or not. I know this was helpful, and so let's be helpful to other people also and share the love. Subscribe so you get more amazing tips coming your way, up-to-date tips coming your way, and also share this with other friends and spread the word, because sharing is caring, and definitely somebody else can benefit from all of this.